Hello grade 10 students and welcome to our English class. Today's lesson is from Module 2, Reading, Part 1. So please get your student books ready, pages 20 and 21. Remember, you can pause the video anytime to think about a question or do an assigned task. The objectives for this lesson: 1. Predict the content of 3 texts through discussing 3 headlines. 2. Identify the meaning of 9 vocabulary items through context. 3. Examine 3 texts to relate 8 sentences to the appropriate text. And 4. Justify an opinion using valid arguments. Let's start. Look at the pictures and answer the following questions. Is it easy to survive in these places for a long time, and why? The first picture shows a sea or an ocean. The second picture shows a desert. And the third picture shows a snow-covered area or mountain. Now pause the video and think about the question. Let's share answers. Exactly, the answer is no. It's very hard to survive there for a long time, not only because it could be dangerous, but also because a human being needs shelter, enough food, and water supplies to survive in extreme conditions. Look at the pictures and match them with the appropriate words in the box. The words we have are catastrophic, trapped, and footprints. Let's try to do the first one together. What do you see on the picture? Yes, you see traces. Traces of feet, perfect. So the first picture shows footprints, perfect. Now pause the video and try to think about the 2 remaining pictures. Let's share answers. The second picture shows catastrophic. Yes, you can see a catastrophic situation, a total chaos. Exactly. The third picture shows trapped. Very good. You can see a trapped lion in a cage. Look at these 3 texts, page 20. Examine their layout and say what kind of text they are. You have text A, text B, and text C. Now pause the video to do the activity. Let's check your answers. Excellent. Yes, they are newspaper articles or newspaper clippings. We say clippings because they are cut out of a newspaper, as you can see. Now, what makes you say they are articles? Perfect answer, yes, because each article has got its own date. As you see, the first article was issued on the 16th of September 2011. The second article was issued on the 19th of February 2012, and the third article was issued on the 4th of January 2005. What else? What makes you say they are articles? Exactly, because they have headlines. Very good. So each article has got its own headline. Text A, text B, and text C. Good job. Now focus on the headlines of the newspaper clippings, page 20. What do you think they are about? You have text A, the headline. Hiker crawls through the desert with a broken leg for 4 days. Text B. Man survives 2 months in snow-covered car. And text C. Tsunami survivor found out at sea. Now pause the video to do the activity. Let's share answers. Text A is about exactly a hiker who spent 4 days crawling through the desert with a broken leg. Text B, perfect, is about a man who was trapped in his car and spent 2 months under snow. And text C is about someone who survived tsunami and was found in the sea. Move to activity C. Skim through the newspaper clippings and find information to complete the table below. You need to find out who is the main character in each text, where do the events of each story take place, and how long you're asked about the period of time. Now pause the video to complete the table. Let's share answers. Who is the main character in text A? Correct, Amos Richards. Where? In Utah desert. And how long? 4 days. Now text B, who is the main character? Peter Skillberg. Where? Near Omeo. Perfect. How long? For 2 months. And text C, who is the main character? Rizal Shaputra. Where? In the Indian Ocean. Correct. How long? Over a week. Before we go deep in comprehension, we need to understand the meaning of some vocabulary items. So read the highlighted words in each text and try to guess their meaning from the context. As you can see, in each text you have some vocabulary items that are highlighted. In text A you have the word crawling, rangers, and recover. In text B you have the word stunned, passers-by, and abandoned. And in text C you have the word struck, drowned, and spotted. Let's try to do the first one together. Focus on the word crawling, text A, and try to find clues to help you guess its meaning. Let's read the sentence. Amos Richards, 64, from Concord, North Carolina, was rescued on Monday after spending 4 days crawling through the Utah desert with a broken leg. The clue here is a broken leg. Perfect. Can a person with a broken leg walk appropriately? Certainly not. So someone with a broken leg is unable to walk appropriately or even stand. That's why the meaning of the verb to crawl is to move forward on your hands and knees or with your own body close to the ground. For example, our baby is just starting to crawl. Can you imagine now someone who is crawling? Perfect. Now pause the video and try to guess the meaning of the remaining words. Move to Activity G, page 21. Look at the highlighted words in the text and match them with their meanings. Pause the video to do the activity. Let's share answers. Number 1, crawl. The answer is H, to move on hands and knees. Number 2, ranger. The answer is C, a person whose job is to look after a park or a forest. Number 3, recover. I, to get better after an illness, accident, or shock. Number 4, stunned. The answer is E, extremely surprised or shocked. Number 5, passers-by. The answer is B, people who are walking past somebody or something by chance. Number 6, abandoned. The answer is G, left by the people who owned or used it. Number 7, strike. The answer is D, to happen suddenly and cause harm or damage. Number 8, drown. The answer is A, to die from being underwater and unable to breathe. And the last one, 9, spot. The answer is F, to notice somebody or something, especially when it is not easy to do so. Let's answer these comprehension questions. Number 1, how did Richards manage to ask for help in text A? Pause the video and answer the question. Remember to find evidence in the text. Let's check your answers. Exactly, he used the flash on his camera. The evidence is Richards used the flash on his camera to get the pilot's attention. Question 2. How did Skillberg's car play a role in his survival in text B? Always remember to find evidence in the text. Pause the video and answer the question. Let's check your answers. Perfect. His car represented a shelter for him. It was like an igloo. This is what an igloo means. And the evidence is in the text. His car formed a natural igloo. Question 3. What did Rizal do to ask for help in text C? Pause the video to answer the question and find evidence in the text. Let's share answers. Exactly, he was waving to the passing ships, and the answer is in line 6. At least one ship passed by but didn't notice Rizal, who was waving frantically. Now move to activity D, page 20. Read the newspaper clippings again and the statements below. Which clipping do they refer to? Write A, B, or C. Remember to find evidence in the texts. Now pause the video and do the activity. Let's share answers. Number 1. He had supplies with him. In text A, excellent, and the evidence is in line 11, 10 pints of water and 2 power bars. Number 2. He survived a natural disaster. Text C, and the evidence is in line 1. It has been over a week since the catastrophic tsunami in the Indian Ocean. Number 3. He was discovered by accident. First, in text B, and the evidence is in line 5, Peter Skilberg, 44, was found by passers-by. Then, in text C, and the evidence is in line 6, a Japanese ship spotted him. Number 4. He had appropriate clothes with him. Text B, and the evidence is in line 15. He stayed inside his warm clothes. Number 5. In the beginning, he wasn't alone. Text C, perfect, and the answer is in line 5. He was swept out to sea along with several others, but one by one they drowned. Number 6. He was injured. Text A, and the evidence is in line 7. He fell and broke his leg in several places. Number 7. He was fortunate enough to find food. Text C, and the evidence is in line 5. Rizal survived by eating floating coconuts. Number 8. He tried to signal for help, and it worked. Text A, and the evidence is in line 18. Richards used the flash on his camera to get the pilot's attention. Now that you have read the 3 stories, which survivor do you sympathize with most and why? Do you sympathize with Amos Richards, or Peter Skilberg, or Rizal Shaputra? Pause the video and think. Let's share answers. Yes, you may sympathize with Amos Richards because he had to endure the terrible pain of a broken leg alone in the desert. Or you may sympathize with Peter Skilberg because he was trapped for 2 whole months under snow as if he were buried alive. Or you may sympathize with Rizal Shaputra because he had to spend over a week alone in the ocean surrounded by dead bodies. Thank you very much, my dear students.